What up, bros, and welcome to the All Bros Podcast. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we are a couple of aspiring filmmakers that love to watch and critique movies, but also enjoy a bit of the nerd life. This week on the podcast, we got jack shit and pops and Blu-rays and news and yeah. Literally, we're just going straight to the main event, which will be our breakdown of Star Wars: The Rise of I can't do Palpatine. The Rise of Sky. I tried.
A for effort, though.
Thank you. I was going to try to do the whole intro as Palpatine, but yeah, no, it ain't working. So, we're doing our breakdown of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and yeah, that's the episode right there.
Pretty much. Well, we're going to talk about the box office.
Oh, I know, but
other than that, we don't got shit.
So, yeah, it's literally just Star Wars based.
Yeah, this is an all Star Wars episode.
Yes. So settle in, folks, for a fun time. Alright, so jumping way ahead to the box office.
Our What's in the Box segment.
Yes, thank you.
Go by the name, dude. Like, come on.
I'm sorry.
I came up with a killer name and you're not even using it.
You know what? A couple weeks ago, you didn't even use it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about. I think it was for the episode A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. You didn't even use it.
Did we even talk about it?
Maybe we didn't. Damn it.
I caught you in your lies, asshole.
I hate you. Alright, so, with box office, Star Wars Episode 9, unsurprisingly, came in at number 1, but it did underperform a little bit.
Oh, a little bit? So what were they estimating?
So they were estimating about $200 million.
Okay.
And that was going to make it be like, okay, like Disney's still good with Star Wars. But it only grossed about $177 million.
I said that's close enough.
That's still good. I mean, that's no opening to be ashamed of, but it's still lower than The Last Jedi. So, I blame Rian Johnson. It's all Rian Johnson's fault.
It definitely is. Everything about this movie is his fault.
It really is. But we'll get to that later. So, hopefully, it can have a good second weekend hold. That's what I'm hoping for. But it did have the second best Christmas Day box office. So just a little bit behind The Force Awakens. So
not bad.
Yeah. At number 2, we got Jumanji: The Next Level. Not surprising at all. Brought in another $26 million. At number 3, we got Frozen 2, which brought in almost $13 million. And at number 4, we got Cats, which only brought in about $6 million.
Damn! Not even in the double digits?
Yep. Yeah, it's bad.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, and then finishing off the top 5, we got Knives Out, which grossed a little over $6 million.
Okay, what week is Knives Out on?
That is at let me see. Un momento. It's in its 4th week.
Okay. And then same with Frozen?
Frozen is in its 5th week.
Ooh. Not bad, Frozen.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's... Let me see what other movies are in the top. Oh, yeah. Ooh, I was expecting A Beautiful Day to kind of stay where it was at.
It's done alright at the box office. I'm sure they wanted it to do better, but...
Wait, it's on LW. Does that mean what week it's on?
No, the LW means what its position was last week. How many weeks it's been in the box office is kind of like towards the end.
Okay. Yeah. So, A Beautiful Day. Oh, it's on week 5. So
it's not bad. Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
How old are you?
I don't know. I know I'm going to be 24 next week, and
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Cats is even in the top 5.
I know. I was telling Caleb this. I couldn't find the audio for it, but James Corden was interviewed for something, and he actually said he hasn't even seen Cats yet. He said he'll eventually watch it, but he heard it sucked. So that's just really funny that he flat out says, "Yeah, I heard it sucked." Won't even watch his own movie.
What do you expect from a Broadway musical that hasn't been shown for the past, like, however long? I'm pretty sure I heard someone say it's been off of Broadway for the past, like, 20 years.
Damn, I didn't know it's been that long.
Yeah, let me double check that, but...
Well, for how shitty this movie is doing, maybe they should revive it. Okay, maybe they shouldn't. I don't know. Do you think more people would go to see it on Broadway or in a theater with this?
I don't know. I don't know if there's a desire for people to see that stuff in theater or Broadway.
True.
I don't know if... I think that's just kind of what happens to Broadway musicals. They just kind of... They don't make any money when they're on Broadway anymore. And so they just kind of like they're like, all right, make a movie out of it.
I mean, some have been successful, like Hairspray. I think Mamma Mia was successful. I mean, it got a sequel.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm trying to think of other ones that, like, I think they're still cashing in a lot on, like, Wicked.
I don't think Wicked's like the one Broadway show I think is never gonna die. Or at least that's what it feels like.
I think that will eventually. Like they have the Book of Mormon one. I think that one's eventually going to die.
Yeah,
we're going to get a movie of that.
Oh goodness, dude! So did I tell you? Not Warner Brothers. Universal. I think it was Sunday. They released a new version of Cats with better CGI.
What do you mean with better CGI?
I don't know. But they released a statement saying, yeah, starting Sunday, you'll get a better version of it with better CGI. So I wish that we would have caught...
Wait, this Sunday?
No, this
or
past...
last Sunday?
Yeah, last Sunday.
Damn!
I know. So we missed like the OG version of Cats.
Shit.
I know.
That blows.
I know, right? Dude, let's face it. I doubt it's any better.
No, I doubt it is either, but I want to see what they were like. Oh, yeah, it's better. Like, from what?
I'm still going to have nightmares on this shit.
Yeah. All right, well. Yeah.
So, yeah, get excited for that review next week.
Hell yeah. I'm not excited to watch that.
I am. I'm going to be singing along.
Do you know the songs?
I only know one. Just James Corden's song, Bustopher Jones. Yes, that's his cat's name. Bustopher Jones.
Bustopher?
Yep, Bustopher Jones.
What the hell kind of name is it?
You should listen to the song. It's really funny. All right, so moving on from the box office, we have a couple responses to our question of the week, which wasn't it, what was your favorite new trilogy character?
Yeah, so I said, who has been your favorite new addition from... Wait, we didn't do a break, did we?
Oh, shit, we didn't.
Gosh damn it, Rose.
I'm sorry.
Time for the main event. It's main event time. Let's play a game.
Alright, now we can go. Gosh, you're gonna like lose it, dude.
I think I am.
Okay, so jumping back into our messages from the bros. So I posted the question of the week, which was, who has been your favorite new addition from this recent trilogy and why? And I said you can include droids. Gosh damn it.
Because you never underestimate a droid. Live on, Leia.
I'm just going to say, we're just going to start the spoiler alert now.
Yes.
Okay, so our first answer comes from Kyle and Nick on Film, which is at KN on Film.
Wait, did you
on
say
Twitter.
Kyle or Kylo?
Kyle.
Okay, it's down for a minute. Like you said, Kylo. I'm like, hell yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure I did say Kylo.
Oh, you did?
I might have.
I don't know. Maybe I just am in Star Wars mind right now.
Yeah. So he commented and said, "At Almighty Goatman," which I think is Kyle.
Okay.
That's his Twitter handle.
Love it.
He said he's a big fan of Finn. The idea of a stormtrooper as an actual human character is brilliant.
It is. I agree. I just wish that I loved what JJ did with him in The Force Awakens and what he did with him in The Rise of Skywalker, but then Rian Johnson just had to F it all up.
He totally did, dude. Totally.
Finn didn't do jack shit in The Last Jedi.
No, he went on a mission that failed.
Yeah.
But
so stupid.
He's one of your favorite characters, though, right?
Finn? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I love Finn.
The next one we got is from Pancake for the Table at Pancake for Table.
Loving these names.
And they said, love most of them so much, but got to go with Rey. Her arc by the end of Rise is so powerful, and Daisy is such a great actor.
Hell yeah, she is.
She definitely is. I will say I did really like her arc. I feel it could have been better, but that is just because Last Jedi. All the gripes
Jedi
I have
just derails this trilogy.
Yeah, it does. It totally does. But yeah, she is a killer character.
Yes.
Next up, we got an answer from Reading Guy at Reading Guy 23, and he says all of them. I honestly can't choose.
That's understandable.
That's a cop-out answer.
But they're all great, so we can accept that. Be nice, Caleb.
I am being nice. All right, next up we got damn, your name's really long. The bookmaking habits of select species, or at Nihad Mewin. I'm sorry if I jacked up your name.
What?
Yeah. She said Kylo, BB-8, and Babu Freak.
Excellent choices.
Those are some really good choices. Kylo is definitely one of the tops for me.
Yeah, I love Kylo Ren. Or Ben Solo, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. I have the basic bitch answers. I really like Kylo, and I really like Rey.
Rey's honestly my favorite out of all of them. I
Yeah.
love Rey.
I don't care for Poe. Sadly.
Get the hell out of your own house.
Gosh damn it, Rose. Just listen. I don't really care for Poe because,
Is it because he's a spice runner?
Finn is okay.
Okay.
Poe, I don't really care for because it's just kind of what has he done? He's just a pilot. What did he contribute? I'm just trying to think. In Force Awakens, he was the one that ended up ultimately blowing up the not Death Star.
Yeah.
But I feel someone else could have done that very easily.
Yeah, but Poe did it, so...
Yeah, okay, so he did that. In Last Jedi...
Literally, The Last Jedi was him fighting with Admiral Holdo.
Yeah, so if he wasn't in it, it probably would have been just smooth sailing. And then Finn wouldn't have gone on the useless adventure. And then Rise of Skywalker, he didn't really do shit either, except, fly around and blow shit up.
Yeah, but he led the Resistance. Leia knew that he could lead the Resistance, and he did.
Yeah, but wouldn't it have been better if Finn did?
I don't think Finn had the way that Poe knew what to do and what what areas to attack, what ways. I don't think Finn knew any of that stuff.
Yeah, he knows where the trash Oh yeah, he was a janitor.
Yeah. So,
He knows the weaknesses though.
but still,
Like, wasn't he the one that got the plans for the new Death Star? I'm sorry, the not Death Star.
it's been a minute since I've seen The Force Awakens, so I don't know. I actually just started watching that last night, but I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if they would have written
I mean,
him
I
different,
wanted
he
to.
could have just kind of taken on Poe's job.
Don't say that, because I love Oscar Isaac as Poe. And
I know, I love Oscar Isaac too. I think he would have. I think he's a great addition to the Star Wars universe. I would have put him somewhere else though. I'm trying to think of where I would have put him.
You're just against Spice Runners, aren't you?
Whatever, you're dumb.
Uh,
All right, well, let's get into the breakdown.
yes.
And if
let's
you're new to
do
our
it.
breakdown system, we split the movie into 8 different categories. We split it into story, the writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then give it an overall genre grade, which is more like a personal grade.
Which is going to be a very interesting one.
Yeah, because me and Rose have very different thoughts on this movie.
Yes, we do.
So we decided. So we, with like the genre of this movie, we were like the other Star Wars movies. We gave like sci-fi adventure. This one was a little bit more sci-fi action. Not by much, but just enough.
I also wish we could just do a slash and put adventure / action.
Yeah, I know, but I'm lazy. I don't want to fix the
Bastard.
gosh damn it, the Excel sheet.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever, forget you. All right, so first off, let's get into the story. So this is a highly spoiler alert.
Yes.
Review. So
We're
if
about
you
to
haven't seen
reveal who
this-
dies.
Yeah.
Not that anyone
Who
does
lives.
die. People die. Alright, get ready for reading with Rose. That's all I could think of.
Reading with Rose.
Yeah. Rose reading. No, that sounds stupid.
We'll come up with something else.
Okay. Alright, so. Where the hell is the plot? Here it is. Following a broadcast by the late Emperor
You're off to a great start.
the late Emperor how did I say it? Palpatine?
Palpatine.
How am I in college? I really have to ask these questions. All right. Following a broadcast by the late Emperor Palpatine, Kylo Ren obtains a Sith Wayfinder device on the planet Mustafar, leading him to the uncharted planet Exegol. There, he finds Palpatine, who reveals that he created Snoke as a puppet to control the First Order and lure Kylo to the dark side. Palpatine unveils a secret armada of Star Destroyers and tells Kylo to find and kill Rey, who is continuing her Jedi training under Resistance leader Leia Organa. Finn and Poe Dameron deliver intel from a spy that Palpatine is on Exegol. Rey has learned from Luke Skywalker's notes that a Sith Wayfinder can lead them there. Leia reveals that an ally on Pasaana? I don't remember them saying that. Pasaana? Towards the bottom.
Towards the bottom?
Right there. It's by like where it says Chewbacca, C-3PO.
Part. Oh, Pasaana.
Just
Okay.
Pasaana. May be able to help. Rey, Finn, Poe, Chewbacca, BB-8, and C-3PO depart. Oh my goodness.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I think I can do this. Depart in the Millennium Falcon. Or Falcon. People say it so differently. It's Falcon, which one is it?
It's Falcon.
It's Falcon?
the Millennium Falcon.
Okay. Alright, do you have anything to say about that first portion?
Yes.
Okay.
I actually do.
Okay.
So,
Alright, let's hear it.
yeah, so Rey continuing her Jedi training under Leia. They had no lead up to that. Like, we had no idea Leia even knew how to do Jedi shit.
Okay, so I actually found out, because my coworker, I told him about like the whole scene where it shows that Leia had a lightsaber and all this shit. I'm like, wait, since when the hell did she become a Jedi? He's like, oh, if you read the books, She actually,
which we don't. So that makes zero sense to us.
So yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, so she does, but they honestly should have maybe like given us a little hint to that, not just, hey, guess what? Leia she is a Jedi.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense. Like, does she go?
She
Like,
they
you
never
don't think
said
she'd
any
have
of
the
that.
time.
I don't know. They
Like,
never
she's
said any
leading
of
the
that
movie.
in The Last Jedi, right? That she was
Nope.
a Jedi?
Not even a little bit.
Okay, well, shit. But I mean, I can't remember. I think like this movie's supposed to take place like a couple of years after The Last Jedi, so I guess like her training was during that time. But like the ending of The Last Jedi just like ruins the setup for the beginning of this movie, because literally the ending of The Last Jedi is just them like finally meeting. You know, like Poe, Finn and Rey are finally, brought back together. And, we're supposed to believe that Finn, Poe, and Rey are just like this brand new group that are like best buds, and we're supposed to, like relate with them, which I love. I love that most of this movie that those three are together. That's why I wanted since The Force Awakens. But since Rian Johnson didn't do that in The Last Jedi, we're forced to pretend in our minds that they've been together for years, and it's just like, no, they haven't.
Okay. This is my concern with this breakdown.
Okay.
That you are going to be really nice to this movie because Last Jedi ruined it.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. That's not going to fly.
Yes, sir.
No, we have given ourselves a job to be as unbiased as possible.
Okay.
And that is meaning we need to break down the movie itself. We can't give this movie a good score.
But I still enjoyed the hell out of this movie.
I hated this movie so much. But yeah, that's one of the things I had an issue with. I'm just like, why the hell is Rey training with Leia? Like, Leia doesn't know anything about it, and then it turns out she does. Like, apparently she finished Jedi training with Luke, but they don't set that up at all. I was just confused as hell, just being like, what the... How did she know how to do all this stuff? Like,
You're just like, where was episode 8.5?
Yeah, no joke, dude. No joke. Like, it also kind of retcons Force Awakens, because why are they looking for Luke Skywalker in Force Awakens?
To bring order back to the Jedi.
Couldn't Leia have done that if she was a Jedi?
No, because I don't think she knew everything that Luke did.
But she completed her Jedi training.
I don't think she dove as deep as Luke did.
Well, what was Luke doing?
Dude, you're asking the wrong person. I don't know like any of like the like deep lore when it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah, but like, you gotta think about this. If Leia, this movie established that Leia completed Jedi training.
Yeah.
She could have brought balance to the Force. She could have done everything that Luke basically didn't.
Hey, but it's really funny how much J.J. Abrams retcons from The Last Jedi in this movie.
Dude, he does it so fast, too. So quickly.
He does, but there are two parts that are just like... The second time, I actually giggled a little bit because, like, I'm like, okay, JJ, I love you for doing this.
What did you laugh at?
The part where when Rey goes to throw the lightsaber in the fire, and he's just like, a Jedi's weapon is supposed to be treated with the utmost respect.
Yeah, didn't he toss it down a mountain?
Yeah, that's the point. That's like a jab at Rian Johnson for doing that. And then also when Rey's like, well, she's like, oh, I'm going to stay here on this island so I don't have to face Palpatine and all this shit. That's what you did. Like you just abandoned everything. And he's like, well, I was wrong. No, that was... So, even though J.J. Abrams...
Okay, what was J.J.'s plan for Luke? I want to know what episode 8 would have been with JJ.
See, that's the thing. I don't think JJ even had a plan for episode 8 because he said I made episode 7 kind of like open like that, just so the next director could take it where he wanted it to.
You know what I kind of want to do?
What?
I want to do an All Bros rewrite
Of episode 8 and 9?
No, of the entire.
No, we're not rewriting episode 7.
What?
No. Force Awakens is perfect as it is.
Let's agree to disagree, but fine.
I can do episode 8 and 9.
We will do a rewrite of episode 8 and 9.
Okay, deal.
I'm trying to think of when, because
this
is episode 98.
So 99 is net, right? Didn't you say it was 98?
Yeah, this is 98.
So 99
next week we're doing
Cats. Yep.
So that's 99, and then our Red Dead Redemption 2 breakdown is episode 100.
Which, speaking of that, have you finished the prologue? Or epilogue, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have finished it?
I have finished it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you're ready to talk about it.
Yep.
Dope. Okay.
And so maybe episode 101 will be our All Bros rewrite.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it.
So our Dreamcast episode.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to be interesting.
This is going to be really interesting.
Honestly, there's a couple characters that I would actually let survive.
There are actually a couple characters I would kill off. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it when that time comes. Like we'll handle that over the next few weeks.
Okay.
And we'll come back to you with a episode 8 and 9 rewrite.
This is going to be very interesting.
Should that be like a new episode style for us?
We rewrite movies?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Like
that
ones
sounds like
that
a lot
we
of
think
fun.
are just like crappy.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Sweet. So we're gonna have,
because there are some parts I would love to rewrite about Halloween 2018.
Yeah. So we can do that. We'll do it's like full movies.
I could rewrite a full movie for Halloween.
Well, we did Halloween Kills. Isn't that like the rewrite?
No, that's the sequel to Halloween 2018.
Okay. We'll talk about it. Whether
Yeah.
this becomes a new episode or it's just going to be a Dreamcast.
Yes. We'll see. All right. So the group encounters Lando Calrissian, who points them to the Wayfinder's last suspected location.
Can you say wasted character?
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there.
Damn.
But, dude, they got to put all the original trilogy characters in there. Lando was the last one.
They forced him in there.
Poor Billy D. Williams.
Yeah. Freaking bummer.
You have to admit, with what he was given, he was badass.
What was he given?
He got to fly the Millennium Falcon one last time.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, we don't even know what he went and told people.
That's true. Well, okay, and also, sorry. Damn it, you were, really making me, harsh this movie. The part towards... Sorry, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. But the part towards the end when he's talking to that one girl, and she's like, oh, I don't know where I'm from. He's like, well, let's find out. She's like, smiling all this shit. How the hell is she going to remember where she's from? How are you... where is this going to go?
Yeah, exactly. You were taken by stormtroopers as a child.
Yeah.
They're not going to have record of where they took you from. Apparently, from what I hear, she was supposed to play Lando's daughter, but they scrapped that story.
Why?
Yeah.
That would have been so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, Disney. Or Lucasfilm. No,
Whoever did this.
I'm blaming Kathleen Kennedy, because she's a bitch.
Jeez, dude.
Sorry, I hate Kathleen Kennedy. Too harsh?
A little.
You want to cut that?
I don't cut shit.
Oh, damn it. Okay, well, I'm probably going to get shit for that. Actually, no, I probably won't, because...
I love how, back and forth you are.
I know,
this.
right? Almost every single Star Wars fan nowadays hates Kathleen Kennedy. So...
Fair.
Yeah, I'm not taking back what I said. So Kylo learns where Rey is through their Force bond and travels there with the Knights of Ren.
Oh my hell. The Knights of frickin' Ren.
Okay.
They are no joke a freaking boy band or girl band or whatever. They are.
They look so, like, I'll fully admit, they look badass.
Yeah, but all they did was stand around and pose.
They legit did.
They seriously, dude, no joke. There's a scene where they're standing on a rock and it's going around them. You could throw in a cheesy 90s movie or cheesy 90s song and it would fit in perfectly with
Just
that.
start playing Lost in the Woods.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, they are just a glorified boy band.
They really, like, I never could pick on what the stormtrooper said when they, like, take the corner, when they come on the ship, and he's just like, oh my goodness, it's the Knights of Ren. They're, like, the baddest of the bad, or, like, some shit. I'm like, how? We ain't seen them do shit.
Yeah, except skipping ahead, getting their asses whooped by freaking Kylo Ren.
Yeah, the
or
leader.
Ben,
He's literally, I picked up on in The Force Awakens, he's literally the leader of the Knights of Ren, which you could definitely tell that.
I trained you, bitches.
Yeah, right? I kind of wonder, like, how old or, like, what the ages of all the other Knights of Ren are.
Dude, we need a video game with the Knights of Ren.
We do, because I want to know about these guys. They look really cool.
They do.
But they're so wasted.
Dude, the reason they got thrown in is because the fans demanded that they get thrown in.
Well, I'm sure Abrams wanted them to be in Episode 8, but then going back to Rian Johnson, going to hear his name a lot in this review. I don't even think he mentions them at all in Episode 8.
Nope. Not even once.
Like, you get that one badass glimpse of them in The Force Awakens, and then you don't see them again until this episode. And they looked, I'm going to fully admit, they looked way more badass in Episode 7 in that rain shot than... I like the Knights of Ren. I want more from them, but... JJ tried. He tried.
You cannot forgive the movie because he tried.
I'm not. I'm just saying that he
better frickin' not.
Calm down, Caleb. Calm down.
Frickin' fight you. Alright, continue.
Okay. Rey and the others discover the remains of the assassin Ochi, his ship, droid, and dagger inscribed with Sith text, which C-3PO's programming forbids him from interpreting. Was that ever... That was kind of like... kind of out there. I don't think that was ever...
so dumb. He can translate every single language except Sith language.
I would... he can translate it, he just can't say it.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
That is absolute bull... He shouldn't even be able to read it.
Yeah.
They should have had to go find someone to read it for them. But no, they had to do some bullshit with situation where there weren't even really any stakes. There were no stakes in this movie.
I'll have to agree with you, there weren't.
Oh. Freaking hate it. Alright, keep going.
Sensing that Kylo is nearby, Rey goes to confront him. The First Order captures the Falcon, Chewbacca, and the dagger. Rey, attempting to save Chewbacca, accidentally destroys a First Order transport with Force lightning. The group escapes on Ochi's ship, presuming Chewbacca to have died in the explosion.
Okay, why were they making it like Force lightning is a hereditary thing?
I don't know.
Like, we saw Count Dooku do lightning.
We did.
Like, who else have we seen do lightning?
Darth Sidious.
Okay, other than Darth Sidious.
That's literally all I can think of is Count Dooku and Darth Sidious.
Okay, so
Palpatine,
is
whatever.
Dooku a Palpatine?
You're asking the wrong dude, man.
Yeah, so I doubt it. Yeah, I highly doubt that Count Dooku's a Palpatine. So, is it something you learn how to do? Is it something...
From the way, I don't know, because how Kylo was saying, like, oh, you know, like, with the whole thing in the desert, I had to push you just to see how much you could do. So I'm like, okay, so then, like, you don't train yourself to do...
So what exactly was he doing? Was he trying to push the ship away? Was he trying to...
He was trying to let it still take off.
It did not look like that. It looked like he was pulling it towards him. And then Rey's just like, no, I want it towards me.
Yeah. What I'm also confused... Okay, so how many Knights of Ren are there? Did you count?
No.
Okay, So when they get back on the ship, General Hux is saying like, "Oh, we suffered many casualties from the Knights of Ren, but we were able to capture a prisoner that could be a huge asset to us," which turns out to be Chewbacca. But him saying, because there were 2 ships, right?
Right.
Okay, him saying that we suffered many losses from the Knights of Ren, I'm confused as to how many there are, because in that final fight with Kylo having to take them all on, it seemed like they were all there.
It did look like they were all there. Like, did he say from the Knights of Ren?
Yeah, I swear that's what he said.
Continuity error.
Seriously. God damn it, I'm really... damn it, Caleb.
Okay, so there's a thing. Well, first off, there's a huge-ass freaking continuity error from Last Jedi.
What's that?
Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah.
Him and Rey, or Kylo Ren and Rey, broke it. And it didn't even look like it was like... It looked like it was just in perfect condition.
It did. It didn't look like it had been...
Fixed or nothing.
Yeah.
So...
Maz Kanata knows how to work her magic.
Freaking dumb.
Also, can I just say one more thing that like honestly pisses me off that it was never answered? In The Force Awakens, Han Solo asks, "Where did you get that with Luke's lightsaber?" And she said, "Good question for another time." It's never answered in this damn trilogy.
Yeah.
I want to know where Maz Kanata got Luke's lightsaber.
Honestly, the lightsaber that they should have done is the green one. That one would make the most sense that they found.
That would.
That they just randomly found. The blue one doesn't make a lick of sense.
But more
Actually,
people recognize blue. So
yeah. So me and my brother on Christmas, Bronson, were watching Emperor Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Or Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, and he full on gets his hand cut off and it just falls. Like,
can you just imagine if like Maz Kanata is like at the bottom and she's just like yoink?
This is the George Lucas special edition.
Dude, okay.
Jesus.
If that was seriously in episode 5, right?
Yep.
If that was in episode 5, if they were able to like cram that in there, I would be very happy that's how they explained that Maz Kanata got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be very, very happy. She was just like, yoink, mine.
So dumb, though. Like, it's just kind of like, how? Like, this trilogy leaves you asking just like, how? So often.
And J.J. Abrams tries to wrap up as much as he can, and I feel like in some ways it works, but in a lot it does blow up in his face.
In a majority of the ways, yeah, it does not work at all.
Yeah.
And there are no, like I said, there are no stakes in this movie.
No, because everything that you think was a huge stake, it's basically like retconned like 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Not even that.
Like, honestly, like, when they killed Chewbacca, I'm like,
or
okay.
we thought they killed Chewbacca.
Yeah, we thought they killed Chewbacca. I'm like, okay. Like, holy shit, that was, like, very impactful. That, like, sent me into a shock. Honestly, if you keep that, that is great, J.J. Abrams. Like, I like that. But no, it's retconned, like, 5 minutes later.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, prisoner. I told you, like, we didn't see a body.
Yeah.
They're not going to do that. And I feel you could have made the death of Chewbacca epic and still had that same situation.
Yeah, you really could have.
Like, he could have, like, broken out of the freaking chains and just gone ham on everyone. And just, like, freaking wrecked. And then, like, trying to do something to... Or, like, maybe they were trying to turn around to blast Rey or something. And then he just kind of goes crazy and crashes his ship. Or it gets blown up because Rey does the lightning thing.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, that would have been freaking awesome. But no, they got to do some like force lightning and then extreme guilt with Rey that she doesn't even deal with for very long.
Well, that's just because 5 minutes later, hey, guess what? I heard Chewie's alive.
Yeah, it's just, you could have made that awesome.
You could have.
And the same thing with, you haven't read about C-3PO yet?
No.
Okay, keep going. Okay.
Poe suggests traveling to Kimji, or... Oh, no, is it Kijimi? Yeah, Kijimi. to have the Sith text extracted from C-3PO's memory. The process swipes C-3PO's memory, but reveals coordinates to a wayfinder on Kefbir. Rey senses that Chewbacca is alive, and the group mounts a rescue mission. While Kylo searches for Rey, the group infiltrates his Star Destroyer with the help of Zori Bliss, an acquaintance of Poe's. Rey discovers the dagger and has visions of her parents being killed with it. Kylo informs her that she is Palpatine's granddaughter. The Sith Lord had ordered Ochi to recover Rey as a child, but her parents hid her on Jakku to protect her. General Hux saves Poe, Finn, and Chewbacca from the execution, revealing himself as the spy. He permits the group to escape on the Falcon and has Poe shot him. Okay, no, that is totally wrong. Finn shoots him in the...
Yep.
Well, okay, Wikipedia, you failed. And has Finn shoot him in the leg in an attempt to maintain his cover, but is nonetheless found out and executed for treason.
I cannot express how many issues I had in that paragraph.
Okay, first of all, General Hux saying, like, I don't care if you win, I just need Kylo Ren to lose. You're on the exact same damn side, dude. Who cares if Kylo Ren wins?
You freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have almost preferred if he were, like, what I would have liked if he, like, I like Domhnall, I think that's his name, Domhnall.
Yeah, it's like Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, I like him so much, I would have almost preferred if he followed Kylo to Palpatine's planet and maybe become the vessel for Palpatine. That would have been dope.
That would. Well, considering he followed Kylo to like almost every meeting with Snoke in The Force Awakens, I was kind of surprised that he didn't.
Yeah. And it's just so dumb. So dumb. Like, he does so much. He was used for gags.
He was.
The entire freaking trilogy.
I feel The Force Awakens not as much, but definitely in The Last Jedi and this one.
They could have made him epic,
They
dude.
really could have.
Like, I would have almost preferred, like, if he were just, like, a skilled fighter, and then, like, a final battle, like, a duel between him and Kylo Ren. That would be awesome.
What if he was one of the Knights of Ren?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think of ways to make the Knights of Ren a little cooler.
Yeah, I would have almost preferred... Yeah, I would have preferred him to be, like, a skilled combatant to take on Kylo Ren.
That would have been
And,
cool.
like, he just, like, wipes the floor with the Knights of Ren, and then he goes up against General Hux. That would have been awesome.
Also, how come Kylo Ren's the only one of the Knights of Ren that has a lightsaber?
Yeah, that's freaking bullshit.
Like, most of them just have, like, one has an arm cannon, one has an axe. I'm like, why is Kylo Ren the only one with a lightsaber?
Yeah. It's like, can I get one of those?
Like, seriously,
And he's
like,
like, no, this is for Sith only. He's like, well, fine.
it's like, we fighting for the same side, dude. What the hell?
Yeah, so dumb. And General Hux becoming the spy, very out of character, very just abrupt, and you're just like, what?
Yeah, like, seriously.
He was the last person I thought was the spy.
The only part I liked about him coming out was just the part where Poe's just like, I knew it. And Finn's like, no, you didn't. That was the only funny part.
Yeah.
And it was barely funny.
Barely. Like I said, he such a wasted character.
He
He got phasma'd. That's what I'm calling anyone who got wasted as a character.
He got phasma, dude.
Yeah. Someone with so much potential that they just wasted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, General Hux, like I said, got phasma.
Domhnall Gleeson deserves so much more.
So much more. He
He's
deserves
a-
his own freaking movie.
He does. He's a great actor. He makes Peter Rabbit. He's one of the reasons that makes Peter Rabbit watchable.
Yeah. Dude, he's a freaking... In Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, like I said, he's a joke. In Force
Especially-
Awakens, his speech that he was giving freaking gave me chills.
Yeah, that was badass. But no, the beginning of The Last Jedi has to have him, Poe pretending that he can't hear him. Dude, when they did that joke, I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I into with this movie?
Yeah. There's so many things about this story that just do not work.
Yeah.
And Rey becoming, it revealing that Rey's a Palpatine. Ugh. Freaking shoot me. Dude,
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Rian Johnson was so set on like fan service in this. Not Rian Johnson.
I was like,
J.J.
whoa.
Abrams was so focused on fan service, and I am 100% certain it was because of Disney.
Oh, yeah.
They were so focused on fan service, he had to retcon something that I felt could have just been ignored and been really cool. With Rey just being kind of a nobody. That she's very force sensitive, but she's like kind of attuned to both sides of the force. Like that could have explained the lightning. That could have explained her anger. That could have explained so much. And honestly, she did not need to be a Palpatine.
She didn't, and I think the ending still would have worked as well as it did.
Oh, it would have worked amazingly well.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was make her a nobody.
Yeah.
And who in the ever-living hell would sleep with Sidious? He's freaking gross.
Well, I think it was revealed that, like, she's not his daughter. It's...
Granddaughter.
Oh, granddaughter.
Yeah. Still, someone had to sleep with him to create her father or mother, whoever it was.
I mean, he wasn't that bad looking in episode 3.
He was still a little janky.
I mean, if you were like granted so much power, wouldn't you sleep with us? Never mind. I don't know where I'm going with this. So I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up now. All right, next part of the story.
Freaking trying to Harvey Weinstein the Emperor.
Nice
I
reference.
have all this power just for you.
Oh shit.
And then smooth jazz music after.
Oh gosh. The group arrives on Kef Bir. Janna, an ex-stormtrooper and resistance sympathizer, leads them to the remains of the second Death Star, where Rey locates the Wayfinder. Kylo, having tracked the group to Kef Bir, destroys Rey's Wayfinder and asks her to help him supplant Palpatine. I'll admit, though, the part where she goes into that one area and she, like, sees herself as, like, a Sith Lord, it was still a cool moment.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
A little wasted, though.
It was.
And,
like, the whole, like, her, like jumping, like, at her, like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, freaking going for, like, some horror shit.
Yeah. Like, freaking,
speaking
like,
of horror shit,
teeth and...
whoever did the makeup on Palpatine... Freaking A+.
Yeah,
it made him look terrifying.
Yeah, Palpatine looked He definitely didn't look like shit, thank goodness. And I feel Palpatine's like, for like how old this guy must be right now. Also, I'm still so confused. How the hell did Palpatine survive? Disney retcons so much.
Beats me, dude.
Disney retcons so much shit. Like
he was straight up on a Death Star that blew. He was on that second Death Star.
Yeah, he was
and it
killed
blew up.
Yeah, he was killed in episode 6. There's no doubt about that. So was he like they point out like, oh, Sith cloning? I guess like they're the only ones that like know how to do that, like, you know, like scientific stuff. I'm like,
it's like, didn't you have a full army of clones?
Yeah, but.
I still don't understand why they stopped using clones.
I don't either, but
like it's like they just don't work. Like you're training like little kids isn't working either. They can't shoot for shit.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Like seriously, if one stormtrooper hit, like they would have a freaking party being like our accuracy percentage has just gone through the roof.
Yeah, okay, Finn also must have been practicing a whole lot, because there's no way he's that good at aim.
No, not if he's a freaking stormtrooper.
Yeah. Horse shit.
Freaking horse shit. You know what would have been really cool? Just to, like, kind of see the struggle with Finn. If he's, like, showing, like, him trying to struggle with not, like, trying to get past the Stormtrooper part of his life and having to get all up in the Stormtrooper outfit again.
That would have been... Wow. That would make for a cool comic series.
Mm-hmm. Like him having to like do an undercover mission as a stormtrooper, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that'd be a cool like little like honestly like kind of like maybe like just like a little Star Wars short film.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. Alright, Leia, dying, calls to Kylo through the Force, distracting him as he duels with Rey, who impales him.
Nice job, Leia. You got your son killed. Oh, wait, I forgot. There are no stakes in this movie. No, you didn't.
Do you honestly, like...
Gosh, I hate this movie.
Like I told you, okay, the part where Rey just stabs him, and, I'm like, okay, Kylo Ren's gonna die. I'm okay with this, like, finally, a death that actually means something. Nope. Rey uses Force healing. And I found out from my coworker JC that it actually is canon. They do
Force healing is?
Yes, that is actually a thing.
Okay, cool.
So JJ didn't make that shit up.
Okay,
that actually does exist. But yeah, like even that line where Rey's like, I wanted to take your hand, Ben's hand, that would have, I felt, been more impactful if he was dying.
Right? Dude, no joke. Like, that would have been way more impactful if he was, like, dying. Like, I'm trying to think of something that, like, could basically, like, help that scene, like, play out better. Like, this whole movie would have been a lot better with stakes.
It really would have.
Like, I could have even accepted, like, with C-3PO reading off the Sith language, if he would have just, like, lost all of his memories.
Yes.
I could have accepted him living through it all, but losing all the memories was kind of a big deal.
It really was. But, no.
No, freaking R2-D2 had to go save the day. Freaking dumb.
Even though C-3PO said that R2-D2 never backed up any of his memory.
Yeah, apparently R2-D2 is a liar.
Yeah. He's a stalker. He watches C-3PO while he sleeps and just...
I have your memories. But yeah, so the scene between... I really liked most of the scenes between Kylo Ren and Rey.
Yeah.
They were way good. The water fight, a little underwhelming.
Really? I loved it.
It was good. It was good. I was expecting a bit more, though.
I can understand that, but like honestly, I feel like this was like the best lightsaber fight of the new trilogy.
Oh, I was gonna say like,
no, it's not the best lightsaber fight. No, to me that still goes to Obi-Wan and Anakin for Episode 3.
Oh hell yeah.
But it's definitely the best one out of the new trilogy. But that's not a high mark.
It's not,
because there's barely been any.
Actually, oh, you're saying duel?
Yeah, duel.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
I was like Last Jedi.
I'm not including that throne
badass.
scene.
Okay,
that's the only good part of that movie because that was badass.
Yeah, this scene wasn't that impactful. It felt very lazily done.
Is it just me, or I just want to talk about Kylo Ren's lightsaber really quickly? I would have such a hard time not stabbing myself with the sides.
No joke.
I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, kudos to Kylo Ren for being able to not burn himself with that shit. Because, yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to see like another double-edged lightsaber, but one that could split into two parts,
like Rey's. Or oh wait, no. So like it connects at the end, disconnects at the end, so where you could be like have two, but then you can connect it back. That would have been really cool.
That'd been way cool, but we don't get to see that. I think Dark Ray's lightsaber was badass.
Okay, I have a question about that. Okay, so like the whole like double edge, that's awesome when she flicks it out. But is someone really gonna fight someone with a lightsaber that is before like she flicks it out? Like it's just has two sticking out. Like I guess you have to hold it. Like
Yeah, that's dumb.
can you
That
just
was
imagine
very
like
dumb.
fighting like that?
She actually does fight like that. She has. I think she's only holding one of the handles, but she has both of the lightsabers going, and she's like has it up against Ray's thing for a second.
Oh, she does.
Yeah, and then she like flicks it back out to a staff.
Well, damn it! I gotta go see this movie a third time now.
I don't even-
That's like your favorite word for this review. Ugh. Just ugh. Ugh. It's one of Kayla's favorite words, it seems. That and son of a whore.
You're not wrong.
Sensing Leia's death, Rey heals Kylo and takes his ship to exile herself on Acto?
I don't know.
Well, we're going to go with Acto. Probably putting way too much emphasis on it, but I don't care. Luke's Force Spirit encourages Rey to face Palpatine and gives her Leia's lightsaber and his X-Wing from his time in the Rebellion.
It's about freaking time that Luke learned to pick up the X-Wing himself.
Yeah. Rey leaves for Exegol using the Wayfinder left in Kylo's ship. Kylo converses with a memory of his father, Han Solo. He throws away his lightsaber and reclaims his identity as Ben Solo. Palpatine has a Star Destroyer obliterate Kijimi as a show of force. Okay, really quickly with the whole Ben Solo and Han Solo thing. I was telling Caleb I would have loved that instead of like just chucking his lightsaber, if there was a way, I don't think there is a way, that instead of it being red, it just turns to blue or green. But it still had like the
I
same.
think lightsabers have like a crystal in them, so he would have to change the crystal.
Well, too bad Han Solo didn't just have a.
He's a memory.
I know. Okay. Well, damn it.
You know what I was really hoping for?
What?
So, you know how...
Maybe he takes the. Okay, once he gets to where Rey is with Palpatine, he takes the crystal out of either Leia's or Luke's and puts it into his. I don't know. I just like Kylo Ren's lightsaber a lot, so I would have loved to see it either be blue or green.
Yeah, but that lightsaber design kind of screams evil.
Yeah, and also it would have just been a regular kind of blast stream of a lightsaber because his crystal's damaged, so that's why it has to do that. Damn it, okay, I'm gonna throw away what I just said.
Okay, so with the scene between Han and Ben, I was expecting, because things have to happen for the Sith to kind of become Sith, right?
Yes.
They have to do something that causes them to go evil.
Yeah.
And him becoming, like, killing Han, I was hoping during the conversation between the two of them that it was going to get revealed that Kylo wasn't the one that ended up doing that. Like, turning on the lightsaber. I thought that it was going to, like, reveal that Han was the one that turned it on. Because didn't Kylo tell Han that he had to kill him?
Well, no, he said, I have to do something and I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Will you help me? And Han Solo was like, yes.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they would have revealed that Han was the one that turned it on?
That would have been really, because, like, the fact that after he stabs him through, he's like, thank you. Oh, damn, that would have been
He doesn't
really
say
good.
thank you.
Yeah, he does. Before he takes out the lightsaber, he's like, thank you. I can prove it to you. Kylo Ren says thank you.
In Rise of Skywalker? Or Force
No,
Awakens?
no, The Force Awakens.
Okay, you're going to have to prove that one to me.
Okay, we'll be back next week to show that I proved Caleb wrong. I swear
Okay.
that Kylo...
I don't remember that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all I remember is him being like, saying like, "Will you help me?" And he goes for, like, you see Han touch the lightsaber.
That's
It's
true.
very within the realm of possibility that he was the one that turned it on, because I think he knew deep down what he needed to do to kind of prove his loyalty to
Supreme
Snoke.
Leader Snoke, yeah.
Yeah. So if it would have shown that was Han's final act of, like, to protect his son from Snoke, that would have been just, oh,
That would have been awesome. That would have been a great character moment right there.
exactly, for both Ren
Yeah.
for both Ben and Han.
Yeah.
Just
Just send this into Disney. All right, time for some reshoots, guys.
yeah, dude, like, if we seriously do the rewrite for episode 8 and 9, they will not be the same movie. Like, not even a little bit.
If you want to, we can do episode 7.
No, I think there's a challenge with writing over
Okay.
a movie.
Okay.
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 So,
All right, this is going to be fun. All right. At the Resistance base, R2-D2 restores C-3PO's memory upon the group's return. The Resistance follow Rey's coordinates to Exegol, where she confronts Palpatine. He demands she kill him to transfer his spirit into her. Lando brings reinforcements from across the galaxy to join the battle. Ben arrives to help Rey, overpowering the Knights of Ren. Recognizing Rey and Ben as a rare Force dyad?
yeah.
Okay. Palpatine drains their power to rejuvenate himself. He attacks the Resistance fleet with Force lightning and incapacitates Ben. Rey, weakened, hears the voices of past Jedi who lend her their strength. Palpatine attacks her with his lightning, but Rey deflects it using the Skywalker lightsabers, killing him and herself. Ben revives Rey by transferring his life force into her. Rey kisses him before he dies, becoming one with the Force, as his mother Leia does at the same moment. I did like that moment. It was a sweet moment.
So many issues.
Okay. Okay, no, never mind.
So, first off, Rey becoming one with, like, the other Jedi. When was that ever established that the Jedi could do that?
Okay, I'm not like I said, I'm not like forgiving JJ for anything. I promise. But I'm just saying, if JJ would have been able to do with what he probably hoped he could have done with Episode 8, I feel this would have been explained a lot better.
He needs to get out what he had planned for these two movies.
He really does. Because you can tell that like he wanted a lot set up, and he has to try to explain how this was set up. But sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah. So, the fact that she somehow had ties to all the other Jedi, it makes sense that he had ties to all the other Sith.
Yeah.
Palpatine.
Well, maybe after reading like the Jedi transcripts, I don't know.
Still freaking dumb. So, they pulled like a whole Avatar, like the Last Airbender shit right there. They're just like, well, I have all the Jedi. It's just kind of like, okay. But, so I would have almost, ideally, because there were no stakes, they should have just kept Rey and Kylo alive.
Yeah.
But
can you imagine though if they both died?
Oh, that would have been sick. I almost would have preferred Kylo staying alive and Rey dying. Yes, it would have been sucky, but think about the shit that. So with the Force and the balance thing, there needs to be equal parts Jedi and equal parts Sith, right?
Yeah.
Now, if Rey is the Jedi equivalent to Palpatine, and they both kick the bucket, Kylo Ren is still somewhere in the middle.
True.
And you have to think about, like, all the shit, like, that he would have had to go through, like, after. Like, dealing with that. And then that could have been the rise of Skywalker.
But now he's finally reunited with his mom and dad.
That's so dumb! I would have preferred that.
Okay.
But since they did the whole he sacrifices himself to save Rey bullshit. How did you feel about their kiss? I didn't like it. Even a little bit.
Honestly, it kind of felt weird to me.
It felt super weird, like cousins.
Yeah, a little bit. And I don't know, I never sensed a romantic relationship between Kylo and Rey.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, honestly, I would have been more okay if Rey and Finn kissed. That's the only kiss I would have been fine with.
Oh, yeah?
I know you're shipping the whole Poe and Finn.
Dude, Poe and Finn, that would have been like, oh, yes.
I would have been okay with that too. But out of, like, you know, like, all of, like, what kisses would have made sense, I think Poe and Finn, even though, I mean, it was set up as a bromance, but I would have been okay with that. But Rey and Finn, that would have made sense to me. But
I don't think
Rey and Kylo
I don't think they set
sense.
up Rey for having a romantic interest at all.
They don't. So no kiss really needed to happen, but I'm just saying if a kiss did need to happen, those are the only two that are acceptable. Because Rey and Kylo don't make any sense. Yeah, people are calling this, I think, Reylo or Rilo.
Dumb. People are so dumb.
All right. As the Resistance celebrates, Rey visits the abandoned Lars homestead. I'm sorry. All right, Lars' homestead on Tatooine, where Luke grew up. She buries the Skywalker lightsabers, having built her own. A passerby asks her name. She replies, okay, no, this is wrong. She replies, Rey. The passerby asks Rey who? And then she pauses for a minute and looks over and sees the Jedi ghosts of Rey and Luke. Not Rey and Luke, I'm sorry, Leia and Luke. And then she says, Rey Skywalker. And then Rey and BB-8 then walk on watching the two suns set. Okay, I'm going to point... I honestly was expecting this. Okay, I love that Luke and Leia were there, but I think Ben and Han should have been there as well. They both had an also big impact in her life.
I would have preferred, like, all of the other Jedi, too.
Okay, that's like
Yoda.
Many. That's too many.
What do you mean, too many?
Okay, yeah, that's true. It's only Yoda, Obi-Wan.
I mean, they got the voices for them. Why couldn't they just, like, throw up a... Like, all they had to do, it's like, here's a couple $1,000, throw on these robes, go stand in front of that green screen for a second, and we'll call it a day.
I don't know. But honestly, that I love that it was Luke and Leia. That was awesome. But I would have loved it more if it was also Ben and Han there as well. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
But
I personally would have thrown in Yoda, Obi-Wan, maybe Mace Windu.
But Anakin.
I would have thrown in Anakin.
Okay.
I would have thrown in the older one, though.
You would have?
Yeah. I would have thrown in older Anakin, not Hayden Christensen.
So you're going against what George Lucas did with the remastered version.
Yes! Of course I'm going against what he did with that.
If you know, like, thinking about that, okay, if you bring back Anakin, like, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker for that scene, why not just bring Ewan McGregor back for Obi-Wan and put him in there instead of the...
I would have.
Yeah, just have the younger version of Yoda too. Might as well make them all young. What?
Why do I feel like you're making fun of me?
I'm not making fun. Okay, maybe just a little bit.
Okay. So
I'll fully admit, though, I did smile when she said Rey Skywalker. I smiled. Just because I love this character. I love Rey.
Okay. So...
Alright, let's see how bad you butcher this.
This is bad. This is really bad for me.
60. Don't say lower.
No, that's actually about where I was at. I'm in the 60s.
Okay.
I'm not at a 60.
Okay.
I am in the low 60s, though. I'm like sitting around a 63.
Can you give me a 64?
I can do 64.
All right, 64.
Yeah,
There's going to be so much haggling, I feel, with this review.
the story just kind of falls apart once you start thinking about it.
It kind of does.
Like, even a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I'll fully admit.
And this is also where it suffers with the writing. So moving on to writing, it suffers because they tried to write around Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And they retconned a lot of shit that happened in Last Jedi. They should have just gone with it. But no, they had to be like, ooh, Palpatine. No.
Well, that's the thing. They never said anything about Palpatine in The Last Jedi.
No, exactly.
Well,
She should have just been a nobody.
Okay.
Like, Kylo Ren even says, like, in Last Jedi, like, tells her to think it through, like, you know, like, basically search your feelings. You know this to be true. And she
The way
does.
you said search your feelings, it sounded like that guy from Princess Bride.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
That's not what I was going for. But, you feel me?
I feel you.
It was a lot of writing around stuff. It's like, it's kind of like Disney said, hey, this, and this need to happen, and have fun. Everything else is up to you.
You got 2.5 hours. Let's see what you got.
If I was JJ, I'd be like, oh, great.
Great. So there goes my ideas for episode 9. Great. Freaking tastic.
It's like, hey, what if we didn't do this? Yeah, no.
Like, it's okay. Like, literally, Disney, when J.J. Abrams went to them and said, okay, the ending to The Rise of Skywalker is not going to please every fan. They're like, nope. Get your ass back to the drawing board. It has to please everyone. We're not having another Last Jedi debacle.
We talked about this earlier. Disney, basically everything that's awesome nowadays, got its start from a no shit attitude.
Yep.
Or like, not a no shit, like a I don't give a shit attitude.
I'm going to do whatever the hell I want.
Marvel was dying. Marvel was going bankrupt. And then Stan Lee's wife basically gave him the idea to just be like, hey, you're going out of business anyway, just write what you want. And it worked.
Yep.
Because he didn't think it was going to. It was a lot of like, hey, this is a big risk I'm taking here. Hey, I'm going out of business. Who gives a shit? And I feel the same with Star Wars. The A New Hope, like, this was a bonkers idea when it came out.
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, we're just going to do what we want. And they created all these crazy processes to make an epic movie. And, like, it worked.
It did.
The prequels, they're just like, yeah, we're going to play a little safer. And it stopped working. It's once the risks are not being taken anymore where the movie fails.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing that I blame when it comes to what, and like I said, I am not forgiving anything that JJ did wrong with this movie.
Freaking not.
I'm not. The thing that I blame the most, and I'm sorry to say this, is the Star Wars fan base.
Yep.
It's honestly probably the most toxic fan base I think I've ever seen. Because there is no way that you can please every single one of these fans. Either the people loved hated The Last Jedi and they hate the people that loved it, or a lot of big Star Wars fans are actually saying that they enjoy The Rise of Skywalker. They say that it actually was the only one that felt like an actual Star Wars movie out of this new trilogy. But no, that's just some fans saying.
Okay.
But people are like harping on them for that. Like, oh, that's bullshit. You don't know Star Wars. Go back and watch the original trilogy and all shit. I'm just like, can't we all just like get freaking along? Like, some people enjoy the new trilogy, some people don't. Some people love the prequel, some people don't. Just let people love Star Wars for the way that they love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Rah!
It's a very toxic fan base. I feel like you kind of get this. It's kind of like Marvel and DC. Their fan bases, it feels like Xbox and PlayStation. We respect each other. We give each other shit
Yeah,
for liking the other.
but most of the time we never
But-
really mean it.
Yeah. And we all hate the Nintendo people. That's not true.
Yeah,
We all hate the PC players.
There we go.
We all think they're
I
assholes.
was gonna say I love Nintendo, so don't go there.
No. So if with Marvel and DC, I think like the Nintendo equivalent. Actually, I don't know if there's a Nintendo equivalent.
I don't know. I just feel like Disney is just so scared that that Star Wars fans are just basically gonna write them off, and they're gonna just lose money left and right.
No,
Because,
they're going to go see it regardless.
well, yeah, because it's Star Wars. But I think Disney is just so scared that if they try anything different, that people are like, you're not gonna please everyone, Disney. And honestly, like with The Mandalorian, keep taking chances like that.
Exactly. That was a huge, just like, they needed, I think the reason Mandalorian got greenlit is because they needed something Star Wars
For Disney Plus.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
They needed something new for Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they were just like, well, we don't got anything better. Let's freaking do it.
Yeah.
Because they weren't expecting so many people to sign up for Disney Plus.
No,
And they weren't, like, freaking marketing people, like, you guys need to be fired because they were like, oh, Baby Yoda isn't going to be a big hit. Yeah, it freaking is.
I'll applaud Jon Favreau, though, for keeping Baby Yoda a secret until literally the episode that he was premiered on.
Well, the first one?
Yeah, oh, it was the first episode? I didn't know that. Because I haven't seen it yet. But, like, honestly, like, it's honestly, the day and age that we live in, it's astonishing that he was able to keep that secret off the internet for as long as he did.
I wonder, like, how much guarding over that they did, if any. Because if they weren't planning on him being a big hit, it's just kind of like, who cares?
Yeah.
If they find out about Baby Yoda.
Do you think that's how they felt with Groot? Like, do you think Marvel planned on Groot being a huge hit as he was?
Baby Groot or Big Groot?
Babe Groot.
I think they were.
Okay, what about just regular sized Groot?
Regular Groot, no.
Okay.
I don't think. Yeah. But you're right. Like, Disney's best content is the stuff that they are unsure of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Mandalorian. Mandalorian is freaking killing it. Like, it feels... As someone that doesn't, like, get super into the Star Wars folklore,
Yeah.
I can still appreciate the show. It feels like a Western. It's awesome. And it doesn't, like... It doesn't use up, like, all the crazy Star Wars lore. It's when you start diving into the deep stuff that it's, like... Where I think the fans start to get, like, all pissy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, well, this says something else, and this says this, and it's just, no, like, shut the hell up, this is my movie, you can go to hell. So, yeah, Disney needs to learn from this trilogy. So, first off, they need to sign on their directors for 3 freaking movies.
Seriously, though.
Being like, hey, you can work on whatever you want as long as you get these out.
Like, I honestly wish that J.J. Abrams would be able to do episode 8, and if he felt the need to redo episode 9.
There's no way in hell they would ever allow that.
Oh, I know, but that's just like a dream. That's a dream for me, because I would love to see the whole trilogy directed by J.J. Abrams.
I want the Abrams cut.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I want that more than the Snyder cut.
All right. So where do you put the writing?
I feel a lot of this review is like banked on you and me having to work on your score.
What?
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Dude, if you don't agree with the score, fight me.
I know. I know. I'll definitely agree that the writing does suffer a little bit. It does. For me, I'm at like 75.
75?
Yeah.
Oof.
Damn, how low are you?
Okay, you need to think about this. We gave Jumanji 78.
Oh. Okay, let's back it up a little bit here.
I love that I have these like references.
I hate that you do.
Yeah, we gave
It's
the
still in the
writing. No, we
70s
gave
for
the
me.
writing for Rocket Man 70.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I still did like the writing. I didn't love it, but I'm honestly still in the 70s, bro.
I will say the writing. So the dialogue was good. There wasn't anything in the dialogue other than Finn being like, "Hey Ray, I have something to tell you," and it never getting revealed until JJ's just like, "Yeah,
Oh, he
he's
was-
just gonna say he was force sensitive." Dumb. It was better than the overall story,
Yeah.
not by a lot. So you're at like 70.
Yeah.
I'm in like the mid 60s, so like 67-ish.
Can we do a 68?
Yeah, I can do 68.
Okay. I think even John Boyega took to his Twitter and he's just like, no, Finn was not going to say I love you to Rey.
It's like, good. We weren't we weren't planning on him doing that. All right. Next up, we got acting, and we're going to grade the main four. So Adam Driver, Kylo Ren, Daisy Ridley, who played Rey, Oscar Isaac,
Yep,
who played Poe, and John Boyega, who played Finn. So let's move our way up. So let's start with Finn.
Definitely a lot more to do than he had in The Last Jedi.
I personally feel he... Drop my pen.
Good job.
I feel he had less. Like, because in The Last Jedi, he had his mission. Like, yes, the mission was a complete and utter failure, but he still had, like, a big old mission to go on.
He still
He
had
didn't
a-
really have
he
much
had-
to do on it.
He had a mission in this one.
To take out the transmitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but that wasn't as significant as what he did in Last Jedi.
I just don't like to think about that movie.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did good with what he was given.
He did, but
Did
John Boyega
pretty
always
good.
does.
The dialogue between Finn and Poe was great. They felt like a married couple, and that's another reason the kiss would have been very well justified.
the part where when Poe and Finn come back in the Millennium Falcon, and Rey's just like, what the hell? What'd you do to the Falcon? You know, like you try to like jump speed or like whatever the hell he was like, and he's just like, well, what about BB-8? Like you landed a tree on my droid, and she's just like, well, what about like the Millennium Falcon? They're just going like back and forth, and she's just like, you know what you are difficult, like in a joking way. She walks over to Finn, and she's just like, what's the matter with him? Oh, me? No, him. Like what is he like? Is he like angry or something? He's like, always. That's the way he said it.
Yeah, and that was some bullshit. Like, what, BB-8 had a missing panel? The Millennium Falcon was on fire.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, yeah. So his delivery was really good. I think there were only a couple parts where I felt his acting was a little like, eh.
The only thing like I felt kind of like weird about was when he was talking to that one girl of how like the Force brought him to Poe, it brought him to Rey, and all this stuff. I'm like, okay.
It's kind of like listening to someone get really religious on you.
It did. Seriously though. I gotta read lore or something because I gotta understand how fully the Force works because I feel it's something different in every
Dude, I
single
don't even
movie.
know if the freaking fans understand how the Force works.
Dude, seriously though.
Like, that's just the... What's it? A MacGuffin?
Yeah, I think that's the word.
Yeah, the Force is just the biggest MacGuffin in the world.
It
It's just like, I don't know how to explain this. Well, the Force did it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You don't know how that happened? The Force knows how that happened.
Yeah, it's like the Force understands it, so that's all that really matters.
You want to be blessed
Does
in
it,
your
though?
You want to be blessed in your day-to-day life? Trust in the Force. There you go.
It's like, gosh damn it. So what are you thinking with him?
75.
75?
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fair.
My gosh, we actually agreed on a score, guys.
Okay,
for the
so
Rise of Skywalker.
the biggest issue, I think, between us was the story. I hated it. You really liked it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so now it might be smooth sailing. For
yeah,
the rest
now
of the...
everything else I think
we're pretty.
is going to be pretty smooth. I mean, maybe until we get to our like personal grade. for
Yeah,
it.
that's definitely going to be a little different.
Yeah, but I think I have an easy fix for that. All right, next up, Oscar Isaac, who played Poe. He was really good.
He was. He had some of the best one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole part. This might be like my favorite part of the whole movie when they go to his like hometown or whatever, and they find out he's a spice runner. And Finn's like, wait, you were a spice runner? Yeah. Rey's like, you were a spice runner? And he's just like, yeah, you were a stormtrooper and you were a scavenger. We can do this all night, people. That was the funniest part of the whole movie. I laughed pretty hard at that part. So, like, just that and some, like, other parts, like that whole, him, like, not beating on Rey, but, you know, like, giving her shit for, like, not being there.
Yeah.
Just, like, I wish that I wish that The Last Jedi would have had these three together more. Like, I wish we would have been able to spend 2 movies with these 3 together because I love them together.
Yeah, they're really good. Speaking of Poe and this, like the Spice Runner scene,
Yeah.
the old friend that Poe has,
Yes.
and so she's on this shit planet that's like run over by the First Order
Mm-hmm.
or the Final Order, whatever.
I think it's
order
still the
it is.
First
Okay,
Order.
First Order. Yeah. So she has this captain's disc that is supposed to be her like
It's Captain's coin.
Captain's coin?
Yeah.
Okay, so she has this captain's coin that is basically her ticket to get off of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And she like is ready to blow Poe's brain out when we first run into her. And then by the end of this scene, they don't even interact that much.
No.
They have a little bit of moment where they're doing some surveillance stuff. But after this whole interaction, she willingly gives up this coin to Poe to get off of the planet. And I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you have 0 motivations to do this. Like, that came out of freaking nowhere.
It did. But, okay, speaking of her, some other really good Poe moments is when, after she gives it to him, he's just like, can I kiss you right now? That was funny. But the best part was after they win the battle and they're face to face and he looks over and he gives her the look like, should we? And she kind of just like, she kind of like shakes her head and he's like, okay. Just walks away. That part was funny.
He did some amazing acting with his face right there without saying a single thing.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah. I think he was definitely better than Poe. Or Finn.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know if he was much better.
He wasn't. He's definitely not in the 80s. He's only a tad better than Finn. So I'm at like a 78.
I can do 78.
Okay.
That's fair with him. All right, next up we got... Let's do Kylo.
All right. Sounds good to me.
He was really good.
He was. Adam Driver did very, very good.
Yeah, I think people give him shit for Kylo Ren.
Because a lot of people say, like, oh, he can't play a bad guy that well. I think he does a decent job as Kylo Ren.
I don't buy him as a bad guy.
He
plays good really well.
Yeah.
And when he was in, okay, so in Last Jedi, and I hate to bring up that movie, when they're in the throne room scene,
Yeah.
when they're fighting, it did not feel like Kylo Ren was a bad guy in that moment.
No, it didn't.
And then when he went back to being bad, it felt weird.
It did.
And in this, it felt weird that he was like trying to be bad.
So do you think, you know how like Adam Driver usually like kind of has like a goatee kind of thing going on?
Yeah.
Do you think that would have helped him look a little bit?
No, not even a little bit. Dude, could you imagine? It's just like, he's just not evil enough.
Facial hair.
Not even that, just goatee. Goatee.
Like honestly, I remember when I watched The Force Awakens and he first took off his helmet, because I didn't know who Adam Driver was at all. I hadn't seen him. Like, oh, that's Kylo Ren?
Dude, everyone was. We're just like, oh. Like, it's most people, if you take off the helmet, you're just like, oh. But
Yeah.
him, you're just like,
You're like, oh,
okay.
kind of got a baby face going on here a little
Just
bit.
a tad. His acting was really, really good.
It was like the beginning scene alone between him and Palpatine was pretty cool. I really
It was
liked that
way
a
cool.
lot.
I still feel like he would have attacked Palpatine. Like, he didn't even try.
No, he didn't.
Like, with someone that was that dead set on hunting him down, you think he would have at least given it a little bit of a shot.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
So, I mean, I'm trying to think of anything that I had issues with his acting. I mean,
Can
I
you
dug it all. Like,
I did
I said,
too.
he doesn't play bad very well.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, just as kind of like, not like a joke, but the part when he's, talking to the spirit of his dad, the part where he's just like, I know what I must do, but I don't think I have the courage to do it. Can you help me? And then Han Solo, I think he says yes again. Can you imagine if he just stabbed the lightsaber through him again? He's
Gosh,
like, really?
damn it.
He's like, really? This again?
That'd been pretty funny.
He's like, sorry, I just wanted to do it for old time's sake.
His acting wasn't incredible.
No, Adam Driver's definitely done better than this.
Yeah, I think I actually liked him better in Force Awakens.
I did too.
Yeah, he played bad a lot better.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I'm in like the maybe low to mid 80s.
Yeah. I'm honestly, I'd say like at like an 84.
84?
Yeah, for Adam Driver.
I was thinking 83, but I can do 84. That's fair.
Okay, 84 it is.
All right, last we got Daisy Ridley as Rey.
Rey Skywalker.
Right? Stop saying that.
Why?
Because it's...
She's a Skywalker now.
Yeah. What are you thinking with her? Because she was the best part of this.
Oh, absolutely.
She wasn't like Robert Downey level good.
No, but like every time she was on screen, I'm just like, Daisy Ridley, you're killing it. I love you.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
She's really good. If we put Adam Driver in the lower 80s,
She's in the higher 80s?
She's in the higher 80s.
Yeah.
Closer to 85 than she is 90 for me.
Okay. For me, I would give her an 88.
An 88?
Yes.
And I would be around an 86. So I want to meet in the
87.
middle. 87?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, and that brings our acting average to an 81.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. All right, next up we got character development.
Okay, are we doing Rey or Kylo Ren?
Who do you want to do? Because I could go either way.
I kind of want to do Rey more.
Ray?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ray started this story off, like, training,
Mm-hmm.
being very focused on her training, not going on missions with, like, Finn and Poe,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently getting Jedi training from Leia.
Yeah, apparently.
And then she has this moment where she's remembering more stuff from her past.
Yeah, I guess like the dagger is able to show her that.
I don't even think it was the dagger.
I
Remember,
thought
it
it
was
was-
Kylo Ren touching Darth Vader's helmet and then him having a big old flashback.
Oh,
and she
yeah.
also had a flashback.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I seriously need to understand like how their connectiveness works.
Who freaking knows, dude? Who freaking
How are
knows?
they this connected?
Yeah, and how can they make stuff randomly appear out
Okay,
of
that
nowhere?
was cool though, because like the part where Kylo Ren pulls it out, the Luke's lightsaber, and he kind
That
of
was
just
way
gives.
cool. And
It
they
was,
did-
but the face he gives, like the Knights of Ren, he's just like, like that's what we're able to do.
Oh, what's that line from Bruce Almighty? And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
There you go.
I mean, they did set it up, like that connection. So I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it does, but I just want it explained a
I
little
don't think
better.
they did it. They ever did it on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's not true.
Well, I don't know, because like I think in
He
the
grabbed the necklace off of her.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so they did do a pretty
Yeah.
decent setup for that. So I can accept it. Anyway,
Back to Rey's story.
yeah, back to Rey's story. So she's kind of like learning who she is, learns that she's a Palpatine in some kind of bullshit way. But we
Little
already
bit.
talked about story, so we're not going to go back to that. She finds out she's a Palpatine, kind of struggles with it, struggles with like the dark side, and I
Mhm.
love like that conflict.
I did too, and I really liked the part where she goes to the island and sees Luke's ghost, and how he points out that blood doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You choose who you are and what your destiny is.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah, and I really liked how it showed her kind of like accept that.
Yeah.
In the final battle
Mm-hmm.
between her and the
Oh.
Emperor.
Yeah.
I did notice that the Emperor kind of died the exact same way, just horizontally this time.
He got Thanos.
No, he got blasted with
Yeah, but-
lightning.
Yeah, but still, doesn't he start to turn to dust?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
so yeah, he does get Thanos. Her arc was pretty good in this. It wasn't like the greatest like learning how to accept yourself story
No.
I've ever seen.
But it was definitely better where Ryan Johnson took her in The Last Jedi.
It was
But let's not talk
way
about
better.
that piece of shit.
Yeah, and that she just kind of like went nowhere. She kind of just
Seriously though, like, oh my gosh.
like she just got to the point where she's like, "Oh, I'm a nobody."
Yeah.
But
I'm a nobody that somewhat knows how to use a lightsaber.
yeah. And then with her, or in this one, it was, I'm a somebody, I'm an evil, or basically the dark side runs in my blood, but
Yeah.
I don't have to let it.
Also, I want to point something out about Rey. I'm so glad that J.J. Abrams went back to how her hair was in The Force Awakens.
Yes.
I hated how her hair looked in The Last Jedi.
It wasn't great.
It looked like she had a mullet.
It totally did.
So thank you, Abrams, for doing that, because she looks so much better with that hairstyle.
Yeah,
I
freaking-
love it.
Had the Joe Dirt look going on.
Seriously.
Ugh. I mean, I didn't hate her story, but it wasn't like super great.
No,
either.
it wasn't.
So what are you thinking?
I would say probably like in the low 70s. So I'm at probably like a 77.
77?
Yeah.
That's pretty fair. Yeah. I was sitting around like 75-ish, and that was like on the lower side for me.
Okay.
So 77, yeah,
So-
definitely fair.
Sweet.
All right, next up we got effects. And
I know
the
you got...
effects were, overall, they were good. There was just a couple that looked like shit.
Yeah.
Did you... So you saw it twice.
Yeah. And
Did
that blast, yeah, it still looked like shit.
Oh, gosh damn. I thought it was just like the one time and...
Nope.
Like, that pisses me off. And that drops it like a lot.
The lightsabers, though, looked fantastic.
Yeah, well, it's Star Wars. And
But still,
Lucasfilms.
but
Like,
still.
how can they get the lightsabers wrong now?
True, but it's still sometimes a hard effect to do. Considering you have to motion track that shit.
I thought they actually used light up.
No.
Sabers now.
No, for the most part, I think they still use just plain white ones.
In Force Awakens, they used like light up ones, didn't they?
God, that's the first time I'm hearing about that.
We'll have to look that up when we're done.
Yeah. Although, so I was watching this thing with Daisy Ridley, where she was explaining like how filming the throne scene from The Last Jedi was, and she said the props when it comes to those lightsabers are so freaking heavy that it's so hard to fight with them. Like those things can be like bricks. Yeah. So never fight with an actual like prop made lightsaber.
So yeah, there was a scene. Was it a planet exploding?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
that's
it looked like
It did
an
look-
underwater effect.
kinda
It looked
did.
like they blew something up underwater,
Yeah, I kind of did.
and it looked like garbage. Oh my god! I remember. When we went to go see it together, I remember that scene coming up and just going like, "Oh,
Yeah, so that's what that sound was.
dude, it looked so bad. It looked so bad."
I'll admit, give them this. You could tell that. Okay, wait, no. Okay, so two things. Okay, when you could tell that the older version of Leia was CGI. It didn't look that bad. You could tell where it was, but it still looked pretty good. The young Leia, when she pulls up her mask, yeah, that was wow.
Dude,
that was as
young
bad as
Luke-
Rogue One.
Young Luke looked really good.
Yeah, he looked great. He actually looked like Mark Hamill in Return of the Jedi, whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
and it was like in the same exact scene.
Yeah.
It was like young Luke and then pan over, young Leia, and then young Luke. I'm like, oh, that looks really good. And then they pan over to Leia, and I'm like, huh.
Didn't really learn your lesson from Rogue One, did you?
Like, what the hell? Yeah, it.
Damn it, even I'm now talking down these effects.
Compared to past Star Wars, these were not great.
Yeah,
And this is compared to other Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, I think the effects for Last Jedi and Force Awakens were spot on. Somewhere in the 90s. These are not for me.
Wait, I thought effects were out of 10.
No, effects is out of 100.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking costumes and music. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So what do you... I'm in, like
the low 80s?
with the quality of effects that I've come to expect from Star Wars, maybe high 60s.
Really?
Yeah. It's...
Damn.
eh. And
I'd
they did quite a bit of effects with Leia
Yeah.
that were not great.
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, I can forgive having to write around the scenes that you had from Leia.
Yeah.
I understand that. I can accept that.
Honestly, touching upon that just really quickly, I think J.J. Abrams did a really good job of still implementing a good story for Leia and finishing her off in a way that felt right for the character.
Yeah, they did a really good job with her. But yeah, I'm in the high 60s.
I'm at like a solid 70.
Want to go to like 67?
Okay, I'll do a 67.
Yeah, because I'm like 60. I was like 65, not like low 60s.
Okay, I can do a 67.
Okay. All right, next up, music. Music was killer.
Yeah, can we give it a 10? I had no problems.
I didn't either.
John Williams killed it again.
Yeah. I'm happy giving him a 10.
Okay, perfect.
All right, next up, costumes.
I loved Ray's. I loved Finn's. I loved Poe's.
I wasn't a big fan of Pose.
Why?
I don't know. It just seemed...
The open shirt collar thing you didn't really like?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan. Like, if I'm remembering his costume right, it felt very Han Solo.
It kind of did. A little bit. All you
Yeah.
needed was a jacket.
Yeah, pretty much. Rey's I didn't have any issues with. Kylo Ren's, though.
Yeah, but Kylo Ren's is what he's worn the other 2 episodes.
I know. It's not that one. It's when he went to back to being Ben.
Oh, yeah. Like, literally, it seemed like they just went to Walmart and got, like, a black long-sleeve shirt and
Yeah,
black
they're just
sweatpants.
like, F it.
Guys, we're running low on budget. We got $20 to spend on Kylo Ren's final outfit. What we got?
Yeah, and I don't know. It just didn't seem like they put a lot of effort into the costumes.
I feel with Rey and Finn they did, but I get where you're coming from with Poe and definitely the final
I
outfit
would
for
have
Kylo Ren.
preferred with Rey going back to her Last Jedi outfit, the one she was wearing at the end, where it's kind of that grayish. That felt very Jedi to me. But she went back to kind of like the rags.
I don't feel those were rags.
They were raggy.
But that's just kind of like how you know what one that well wait, okay, is the one that we're thinking of the one that basically she wore at the end of The Force Awakens when she goes to deliver the lightsaber to Luke?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. That is my favorite Rey outfit.
Yeah.
I
I really like that one.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred her wearing that.
Just keep the hair though. Like
Yeah, the hair definitely keep.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I love that outfit.
Yeah. The costumes weren't, like, spectacular or anything. Like, they weren't... I don't know. Like, Star Wars, I kind of expect a higher level of...
Okay, that's fair.
So I'm like...
The Knights of Ren costumes look badass, though.
They did with what we saw of them.
I mean, come on, that model shot. That panning
gosh.
model shot.
You seriously slow that down and play 90s music and, like, call it a day.
When that clip becomes HD quality on YouTube and Disney allows that to be on there, can someone please make that? Please. If I don't get to it first, just someone make it. I'm gonna guess your grade.
Okay.
7.
Ooh, it's actually out of 6.
Can we do a 7?
I wasn't the biggest fan of Finn's costume either.
I loved Finn's costume. And it's not like I can say, let's do 6.5, because this is out of 10.
Okay, let's see what a 6... I'm going to check my reference sheet right now, what the percentage is. A 6 is a 75. Is the equivalent of a 75.
Okay, I can actually give you that.
Yes, a 7 is like 80.
Okay, yeah, let's give it a 6. Damn you.
Alright, and 6. Alright, genre grade.
Alright. Who's going first?
I'll go.
Okay, let's hear it.
This movie, for me, was very clunky. Very quickly paced. And the story it felt kind of slopped together. And I know that's not the director's fault. And I'm not blaming the director for that. I am blaming the studio for them wanting to please everyone. and I don't care for it. So for me, I'm like at a 65, maybe lower.
Damn.
Not like 60. I'm like maybe 63
Okay.
is where I'm sitting at.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay. All right. Here I go. All right. So for me, I appreciate what J.J. Abrams did with this movie. I feel he had so much to course correct after what Rian Johnson did with The Last Jedi. And I feel that he did the best that he could. Some of it kind of blew up in his face a little bit.
What did we say about giving this thing points for?
I'm not. I still enjoy this movie quite a bit. It's my second favorite of the new trilogy. The Force Awakens is still my favorite, and then Force Awakens is still my favorite Star Wars movie. I know people...
You can't give it points for Force Awakens!
I'm not. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying where it ranks in my Star Wars rankings.
You freaking do that, I'm gonna freaking fight you.
So I do have a lot of problems with this movie, but I do have positives with this movie. The characters are still great. I love these characters to death. I really like where J.J. Abrams takes most of them. I loved the ending. I loved that, Rey chooses that, I'm not going to call myself a Palpatine. I'm going to be a Skywalker. That's what I believe I am. So for me, I'm at a solid 80.
80?
Yeah.
Jeez, dude. Gosh damn. I say since we're so far apart,
Yeah.
in that we average out our grades. So my 63 and your 80.
Okay.
So if we do that, the average is 71.5.
Okay.
And that's like meeting in the middle for us.
Okay. I can do that.
All right, and that concludes this breakdown. And our final grade for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is a C.
Okay.
Sitting at a 74.5%.
I would give it like a C plus, but that's just me. I know I can't.
You just gave it a B.
I gave it a B minus. Not a B.
Hold on. Okay, yeah, you did give it a B minus.
Yeah. So, bitch.
And it's a solid C.
Okay.
The cutoff for a C is 73.
Okay. We really got to reevaluate The Last Jedi after this.
Yeah, we do.
Because that is a big fat F for me. Okay,
what do we have? So we actually went back and did some of the grades for some of these past ones. So Last Jedi is actually C missing at 72.
Oh my, yeah. Whoa, whew. That is so much lower than that. It is barely a D minus, and you know what saves that movie is the acting.
Well, I think that is what saves it.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure that's what ended up saving it.
Shit.
Yeah, we gave the story. So in order, we gave it a 55 in story, 57 in writing. The 75 saved it in acting. 73 in character development, and 92 in effects, because the effects were solid.
Yeah, they were.
A 7 in music, a 5 in costumes, and then we gave it a 59% for our personal grade.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so do you disagree with any of these?
Honestly, just the music, and it would maybe just bump it up just a little bit just because it's John Williams, and he did a great job with the soundtrack.
Okay, well, remember, a 7 is an 80.
Oh, it is? Okay, never mind. Actually, I would keep that the same. But, The Last Jedi is only like a notch below The Rise of Skywalker.
Notch below, yeah. It's 2 points. Or Rise of Skywalker is 2 points higher than Last Jedi.
No, at least not to me.
Well, that's our score. Anyway.
Dude, honestly, dude, would you kill me if I actually like changed my grade? It would actually go down.
For
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker? Really?
Yeah. The more I'm at like a C plus now. I'm at like probably like a 78. That's what I would give it.
A 78?
Yeah. I know it doesn't really like change anything, but more thinking about it now, it's not really a B minus movie. It's more of a C plus movie to me.
All right, so that changes, like, that's the personal grade?
Yeah.
Okay, so that changes it from a 71.5 to a 70.5 if we average it out.
But is it still a C?
Yeah, it's still C.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, so now it's sitting at 74.3.
Okay. All right. I can deal with that. I felt giving it a B minus was kind of a little, just because the problems I had with it, I feel B minus
Outweigh the pros?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know.
Okay, smart ass.
Yeah.
Still an enjoyable
This was-
ninth one.
It was enjoyable. It's just I went in watching it as a critic, I feel, instead of a fan, which is something that I do.
See, I actually did the opposite. I watched it first as a fan. The second time I watched it as a critic.
And it went up?
It did for a minute, and then it went back down.
Gosh damn it, Rose.
I know, I'm all over the place with Star Wars, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, but at least I'm at a C plus now. So you gotta give me that.
Fair. All right, well, that concludes this breakdown. Like we said, the grade for Rise of Skywalker is sitting at a C. So if you like this episode and want to check out more of our stuff, we are on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Radio Public, and Spotify. Basically, anywhere you can find a podcast, we're probably on there.
Except for SoundCloud.
Except for SoundCloud, because I'm cheap.
Yeah.
You can also check out all of our episodes and some of our content on YouTube. New videos will be headed your way shortly.
Yes. Very like the week that this is posted, our new video will be posted
On Monday? Like the day that this gets released? Or
the week that it gets.
the week it gets
Yeah.
released? Yeah. Which you can find all the links to and info on our social media. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/The All Bros. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at The All Bros. And if you have a movie you want us to break down, showdown idea, want to give us a topic to do a Dreamcast on, you can email us at theallbroschannel@gmail.com or go to our website, which is tinyurl.com/theallbros. And I will probably be updating it this week. Trying to see if I could throw our store in, which is on teespring.com/store/theallbros. No spaces or punctuation in any of those. But yeah, you can find all the links in the description. So, next week we will be breaking down Cats.
Yes, we will.
Oh, shit. And,
We might even break into song. We'll see.
probably not. I would not count on it.
You always got to ruin the fun, don't you?
You know what? Bite me. All right. So, yeah, look forward to that next week. And until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we'll catch you guys next week. Deuces.
So, I can't do Palpatine, damn it.
You're trying to mix Herbert and Palpatine.
Wait. So long. How's that?
That was awful.
Like in a good way or a bad way?
No, not in a good way.
Damn it.